Hey everybody, welcome to the new video. This is Max from server 133. So in today's video, we will talk about the Covenant feature. Now Covenant feature is very simple, but people kind of find it very complicated. Now before we talk about the Covenant feature, I would like to highlight some very important factors. So people get into an argument with each other about this general is better, that general is better, this general has better buffs, that general has better buffs. So let me make it very simple for all of you. You can only argue on the point which general has better only if you are able to get 16 copies of that general. Okay? Only if you have enough of runestone chest to fully max out the speciality. Only if you have covenant generals of that general's covenant. So first, let me make it very clear. For this example, we'll be considering Roland as one of the options, and the other one we'll have Napoleon. Now in this comparison, Napoleon has the base buff, increases mounted troops attack by 50% when general is leading the army to attack, increases mounted troops defense and HP 30 when general brings any dragon or spirit beast. So Napoleon does not need a dragon, it can also work with spirit beast. Now Roland increases mounted troops attack by 30, increases mounted troops defense and HP by 15. So that's straight away half. Okay, instead of 60, Napoleon Prime has only 30. And Napoleon Prime has 50 and Roland has 30. So the difference is almost half. Now even if you ascend, the buff of Napoleon Prime is much better than Roland even at 1 red stars. Marching ground troop and mounted troop attack 10%, defense and HP 5%. So a 5 red star Roland is equivalent to 1 red star or 3 red stars Napoleon Prime. But the point is, for me to make my Napoleon Prime as good as my Roland, I'll also have to work on a speciality which is going to cost me a lot of runestone runestone chest and gems. But what makes Napoleon Prime better than Roland is his Covenant. So here we'll talk about the Covenant feature and how does the Covenant feature work. So of course you have to spend these Covenant stones to establish the Covenant. And once you establish the Covenant, this is where the fun begins. Now in your Covenant, you will have two types of buff. Where you see a single helmet, it says only effect for this historic general. And the other one in which you have a silver helmet and a gold helmet, which says take effect unconditionally. Which means buff at the 4th Covenant, which you see, mounted troop training speed and mounted troop training capacity, this one works unconditionally, disregards with this general being placed anywhere or not. However, the previous ones, mounted troop attack on monsters, march size capacity, in rally mounted troop HP, the Covenant 1, 2 and 3, these work when you are using this general either as a main or an assistant. Otherwise, it won't work. So with the point being very simple on this, the next part, how do you unlock these covenants? When you're looking at these covenants, they are in gray. If a covenant is active, it will appear in green. Let me show you an example of a green covenant. So I have Isaac Brook. His covenant is in green. In city attack, that troop dead into troop soul rate in the main city. Now this one has a gray helmet, which means it is only going to affect if this general is on duty. Whereas the next one has double helmet, gray and gold. I would say silver and gold to make it simple. Troop dead into troop soul rate in the main city 10%. Now this increases with the cultivation. So here you can see there's a number 12,000 on 14,000. So if I cultivate this guy, okay, if I cultivate this guy enough times that the numbers over here increase, then this next buff will also increase. So let me just do one small cultivation for reference. 4,000 gems, cultivation done, and you can see the number over here is now 12,100. Let's do it again. 12,100 is the current number. $12,220, right? So the more cultivation you do, the more these numbers will increase. The one on the left side, which is looking red, and once you cross the benchmark, so in this case it is 14,000, the next case is 16,000, then it is 19,000, 22,000. The moment you cross the benchmark, the Covenant buffs get activated. Now you have to understand which general is usable and which is not. So let me give you some example of the Covenant generals that I have on my account. So if we start from all of them, I'll go one by one. So Napoleon Prime, I can achieve his Covenant, okay? But which of them is useful is a point of discussion. Before I continue, let me give you a clear understanding that this is a good example for you guys. This right here, Sinat the Great, is cultivated at general level 41. You see the general level is 41. The cultivation is this much. If you add up all these stats, the approximate number is 6,100. I'll just keep it 6,000. So for every general that you max out the cultivation and max out level 41 and place him or do whatever with him, the total numbers are going to be 6,000. Why is this important? You'll understand. So now we look at the generals that we have, which we can activate the Covenant. So in case of Napoleon Prime, I cannot activate all the Covenant buffs till the time I don't get Andre. I can cultivate Napoleon, I can cultivate Salt, I can cultivate Napoleon Prime. Remember, the number is 6,000 once you max out all the cultivations. It may be 5,900, it can be 6,100. We'll just take a number easy for us to calculate, which is 6,000. So if 6,000 is there per general cultivation, I think I can unlock the Honor Covenant, which is this one over here. However, this Covenant is of no use till the time I actually don't use this general as a main or an assistant for any purpose. You getting me, guys? So general is really good, no doubt about it. But if I'm not maxing out the speciality, maxing out the red stars, he is not going to be 100% useful for me. Let's look at another general that has a Covenant. In here, I have the Melisande, but I do not have Charles the Great. I do not have Douglas. I can still get Charles the Great from the Tavern, get him to level 41 by working on him, and then cultivate him. So my job can be done easily with this combo. But again, understand, which of these combos is really helpful for me is the question. Now if you see the Covenant of this guy, I'm planning to use him as a main general. So enemy wounded into death rate when attacking is a good buff. In rally range troop defense, in rally siege machine defense is a good buff. Siege machine training is of no use. March size capacity 10%. In rally troop HP is 10%. So increasing the Covenant of this general is beneficial because in rally troop HP works for all type. So only one buff is going to be useful in this Covenant if I'm not using this general as a main general, and this is achievable by 3 generals. Look at the next general that has a Covenant feature. So as we keep moving, you will also see some of my duty generals. I think I just saw somebody with a Covenant. No. Yep, most of my generals have been fully geared. At least necessary generals have been. Irrelevant generals don't have any gear. Okay, this is a little slow, but I'll try to move faster. Okay, Isaac Brook. Now, can I max out his Covenant? Yes, because I only need Edward the Black Prince, which is available in the Tavern. So I can work on all these 4 generals, maximum cultivate him, and my job is done. So you guys getting the point, which general to go for and which general not to go for. Moving forward, let's see some more general options that we have. Palace does not have a covenant. Edward Teach does not have a covenant. Okay, Godfrey also has a covenant. And his covenant needs Richard the Lionheart, which is also available in the Tavern. So Godfrey can be as maxed out and used as an assistant. And if I'm using him as an assistant, all these buffs will activate for him. Though I have rest of the generals available, I just have to cultivate him. One point I want you to understand here, you can see Salt is there, but Salt's covenant is not available. What I'm trying to say is that it's not like an interconnected that all the 4 generals belong to a covenant, so one general will lead to another general's development, will lead to another general's covenant. No, every general has a different covenant. So for Napoleon Prime's covenant, we have 3 generals, out of which Salt, Andre and one more general is there. The same way for Isaac, we had 3 other generals. You guys getting me? So it's not necessary that each and every general may be cross-fitting in each and every covenant. We'll look at some more examples of the covenants I have on my account. Yeah. So Melisande is here. And her covenant, I cannot get Eleanor, but I can get Catherine too. So, which means each general is getting me 6 cultivation, 6000 cultivation. That means I can get range to defense 5%. Up to that I can get. Rest of the 2 are only if I'm using the general. Not sure when I'll be able to unlock it, but up to the march size capacity, I will be able to unlock. Sorry, range to defense I should be able to unlock for Melisande. Looking forward, Sven. Now for him, I already unlocked 2 covenants. Guess what? The general is already cultivated. Harald is cultivated. And even Senat is cultivated. So all I have to do is get Sven leveled up. And also get a Margaret and level her up. And the moment she gets leveled up, the 3rd covenant will also unlock for me. So you guys getting how it works? Next, I'll check other generals if they have the covenant feature before I end this part of the video. Marcus increases range troops attack by 40 and increases range troops and siege machine defense and HP by 30 when general is leading the army to attack. Let's see his covenant. His covenant has all the 4 generals available, and apparently 2 of them are already cultivated. So all I have to do is cultivate Caesar and him. When I do that, all resource production 5%. Wow. This is, the effect takes unconditionally. So even if I have this general, it's increasing my resource production. Range troop and siege machine HP, range troop training capacity. So the beauty part of this covenant general is just having him and unlocking the first covenant is going to give me a resource production boost. Now see, I'm not getting super excited. It's just 5%, but it is like a bonus. Okay, so I'm at keep level 41, not a coiner. I steal a lot of resources from unbubbled accounts, and thanks to that I have maxed out my in-city tiles. So 5% will help me. It's not a huge number, just maybe few resources here and there will help. Working on the covenant of this general, there's only one beneficial buff, which is range troop training capacity if I'm not using the general, and that is also not a big deal. I'm not that heavy on troop training. But you can see that getting this covenant maxed out is achievable for me. Let's look at some other covenant if we have before we leave. There is another covenant. This is siege machine attack. Oh, this covenant is also achievable. Yuffie is available. Electra is already maxed out. Guan Yu can be maxed out. So you can see these covenant generals, if I get them and max them, my job will be done. Do I have any beneficial buffs? Hospital capacity, siege machine training capacity? No. As long as I'm using this general, the covenant buff will take place. If I'm not, it's of no use. Suchet. I don't have this general. I'm so disappointed. But once I get this guy, Louis 9, Ground troop training capacity, Holy Palace deserter capacity, something very important for me, because sometimes on my server people would want to try hitting me, or I would want to try hitting somebody. This 10% will help. There's no other beneficial buff, but if I'm planning to use him as a ground general, these buffs will help. Jay Varman, training speed, training capacity, the generals are easily available in the tavern, so yes, I can unlock his Covenant. John Houdini, range troop and siege machine HP, Holy Palace deserter capacity, siege machine attack, enemy range troop and siege machine HP. This is an important buff, and the general requirements are achievable. All these three generals are available in the tavern, so yes, this Covenant can be established. Man, I think, do I have any more generals? No. So if you guys have seen this part very carefully, you have understood that how the Covenant is unlocked. I'll just take you through few points, very basic. Only go for a general whose Covenant you can completely unlock. If you are lucky enough and you have certain general tokens you are able to unlock, God bless you. If you are not, it's going to be tough for you. So only pick for generals that can actually be unlocked. For example, I'll show you one Covenant general that I already spoke about, but not sure if you guys can unlock it. I just had her, not Palace, it's not Sapo. Yeah. You see, I can get Catherine, but I cannot get Eleanor without luck. So you have to just figure out which generals you can get from the tavern. Get them, ascend them, don't ascend them. Just increase their levels and cultivate, and all these buffs can be open. So do your calculations and decide which one works best for you. Remember, do not get into an argument with somebody on basis of cultivation or fully spec or fully ascending, because they may have 16 copies of that general, you may not. I am lacking 3 copies of Gunter. I have 13 copies, I am lacking 3 copies. If I get 3 copies of Gunter, my Gunter will be 5 red stars. And 5 red star Gunter is a siege machine, is very powerful. Then I'm going to work on his Covenant, because his Covenant, I have 3 generals already. So I have covered the basics of Covenant for you guys, and I hope this is helpful. But in case if you have any queries, you can reach out to me in the comment section. Sorry, I have been very inactive lately. It's just that I've got too many things to do, and it's kind of difficult. Also, a great news, 3 of my alliance members recently unlocked their red wings, so congratulations to them. It's kind of a proud thing, because unlocking red wings is not that easy. So we have Chibot got it at K37, TQ got it at K40, and ABN got it at K40. All these 3 guys are in my alliance. You can see no bots allowed, no bots allowed, no bots allowed. All 3 of them got their red wings, and it's a proud thing to see these guys flying with their red wings. And guess what? Everybody's best friend are all dear the biggest Avenger in the server, Mr. Michael, is still unable to get his red wings, and he's still creating drama with all his bullcrap. But again, some people never learn. It's all about enjoying the game, having fun, and that's about it. So my dear friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Max from server 133 signing out, and I'll see you guys next time.